What's going on, guys? Let's look at this problem right here. This question is asking a parallel beam of white light is refracted by a 60-degree glass prism in a position of minimum deviation. What is the angular separation of emerging red and blue light? Okay, so when the red light passes through this prism, the index of refraction of the material of the prism is this one, n is equal to 1.525, and when the blue light passes through the prism, the index of refraction of the prism material is 1.535. Now this here we have the apex angle, that is 60 degree, and index of refraction of these two lights, like due to these two lights for the material prism. And here they are asking to find out the separation. Now we have to know what is the equation that is related to angle of deviation and apex angle and this index of refraction. The equation that is related to these three things is this one: sine a plus alpha over 2 is equal to n sine a divided by 2. Here a is the apex angle and this is the angle deviation, and then n is index of refraction. Right, now we are trying to find the angle of separation. So if we find the angle of deviation, that's going to be the angle of separation. Now to find this one, we have to rearrange this equation. So let's bring this sign to the other side. So this is going to become a plus alpha over 2 is equal to sine inverse of n sine a divided by 2. Then we can move this 2 to the other side. So this is going to become a plus alpha is equal to 2 sine inverse n sine a divided by 2. And also we can move this a to the other side. So this is going to become alpha is equal to 2 sine inverse n sine a divided by 2 minus a, and that's our final equation. Now since we are dealing with two different like when the red light goes through the prism, the index of refraction is this, index of refraction of the prism material is this, and when the blue goes through that, the index of refraction is this. Now to find the angular separation, we have to subtract these two. So first we have to look which one is higher, and here you can see the blue one is higher, so we subtract red from the blue one. So this one, angle of deviation, is going to be this one, angle of deviation due to blue minus angle of deviation angle due to red, and if you subtract these two, that's going to give you the angular separation. Now this is the equation we are going to apply for both of them. So we can just write it like 2 sine inverse n blue sine a divided by 2 minus a. I'm just applying this equation for blue, then I'm subtracting the red from this. So again 2 sine inverse n red sine a divided by 2 minus a. Okay, now from this one we can take 2 sine inverse common, right? So we can write it, let's continue this one right here. We can write this one as 2 sine inverse, and we can bring this all together like sine inverse, and if we bring this together, this is going to become n blue. Okay, let me see, n blue sine inverse, I should keep it as it is because it doesn't make bringing it together, right? So I have to keep the sine inverse as it is. I can just take the 2 common. So sine inverse n, let's say n blue is nb, and sine a divided by 2 minus a, then minus sine inverse n red sine A divided by 2 minus A. Okay, now let's go ahead and plug the values. So I write it a little bit smaller because I have to write this one again to make this clear. 2 sine inverse n red sine A divided by I took 2 commands, so we don't have to write this 2. N red sine A divided by 2 minus A. Okay, so this is continuing with this one. Now let's plug the values, and we know the apex angle is 60 degree. A is equal to 60, and n red is equal to 1.525, and we have n blue that is equal to 1.535, and that's all we need. Let's go ahead and plug it. So this is going to become n, okay, sine inverse n blue is 1.535 sine 60 divided by 2 minus 60 minus sine inverse n red, that is 1.525 minus not minus, sine 60 divided by 2 minus 60, and if you calculate this one, you will end up with 0.88964, and that's going to be the angular separation of red and blue light. And that's how we do this kind of problems. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.